from Odumodu Black featuring Bloody Civilian and Wale. You are locked on to the Midday Show on your number one hit music station, 96.9 Cool FM. Now, this is the hour of the buzz, and what other thing is more buzz-worthy than the people I have in the studio with me right now? I have 4 of the finalists of the just concluded BBN All-Stars in the building. Okay. I have Adekunle, I have Pere, I have Cross, and I have our All-Star winner, Ilebaye. Say hi, everyone.
Hi, everyone.
Oh, my God.
Hello.
Wow. Okay. The bass is, I'm digging that. Okay. Welcome to Cool FM. How do you feel? I mean, it's been a couple of days since you all came out of the house. How are you doing? Cross first. How you feeling? How you doing?
I'm feeling good. I'm feeling pumped. Like, it's always an honor. It's always an honor to be, part of the Big Brothers.
I know, like a 2-time. Exactly. Everyone here is, minus our winner, everyone here is a 2-time finalist.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness. When is your time? It's your time, Ilebaye. When is your time? It's your time. I'm so proud of you. Because
you so much.
Okay, but we'll get to that. Let me not start gushing about all of that. A lot of things happened to each and every one of you in this house. There were so many pivotal moments when you were in the All-Star house. I'm going to start with Cross, because besides all the, everything that happened, how did you know to, or I won't say how did you know to save money, because I know everybody was saving money, the way they could and everything. When you saw that immunity drop and you looked at your account and you're like, I can buy this thing. How did it feel?
I think when I saw it, the first instinct that just kicked in, Cross, you can go for it.
Just go, man.
Just go. My evil man says to me, say, Cross, go for it. Even if you don't get it, at least you tried.
At least you tried.
So I decided to try.
And you got it.
Yeah. I got it.
I was so happy for you. When you got the immunity, I was like, yes, you did it. I'm so happy for you. Pere, your time in the house, I mean, 2-time finalist, like, it's not easy. And we already met in your Shine Your Eye season. We met General Pere.
Yeah,
but this time...
What did you mean this time?
This time, let me learn. It's cool. This time, we saw you try to be the general, but it seemed like it wasn't clicking as well as it should have. And I noticed that you sort of made a switch. You showed us a different Pere that we did really end up appreciating that wasn't the general. What made you decide to, I mean, the general was still there, you were peeking in and out and everything, right. But we saw a newer side of Pere compared to what we saw in the previous house. What made you, or how did you decide to do that whole, the whole switch to make put a different foot forward, basically?
So a coin is a coin. A coin has several sides. What you saw in Shine Your Eye was just one side of the coin. You had to see the other side. That's the full me.
And you decided.
Right. So it wasn't more so a decision. It was just letting myself be myself.
Okay.
And leave in Big Brother's house this season. And
that turned out pretty well for you. Right. I mean, you had a couple of, moments in the house. I don't want to, maybe we would dwell on, the final moments. Oh my, that sounds very dreary. Your last 2 weeks in the house, let's know these final moments. And, we saw this budding friendship with Mercy that just sprung up all of a sudden. It was a bit confusing for people and shocking, because we're like, you guys have been in the house like all this while. Where was all this good loving? Where did it come from? Right. So just explain briefly to us, how all that came about.
Well, Mercy and I have, on several occasions ran into each other, had interactions outside of the house before the season began. So it wasn't as though I just met Mercy in the house. We had known each other outside of the house, but on a very platonic level. But as the house got fewer, as people left
were
the
leaving
house,
and everything,
you would be that interaction became a little more
easier.
It was unhinged. There were no obstructions and I used the word obstructions
Yeah.
to that. So yeah, it flowed. But I had already at the beginning of the
You
season,
had a foundation.
right? At the beginning of the season, I had already dropped hints. She was there in the room with Ike. I think about day 2 or 3. Dropped hints and stuff, but she picked on it. But
You know, she wasn't there for ships, so
right,
she
wasn't
didn't.
exactly.
Yeah.
But we just let things just flow. Really, so that was just it. We
It
just
was
let
sweet.
things
I
flow.
mean, it was a cute, last
Right.
minute thing that you guys sprinkled for us, and we kind of
Right.
enjoyed it.
Right.
Adekunle, how you
you
doing?
doing?
Yes. I can't call you the man of the hour because it's the woman of the hour. That's who. But yeah, you also had a very interesting, time in the house. I mean, your previous season, you didn't do relationship, you didn't do any of that. And this season, you didn't just do relationship. I mean, there was a whole marriage in that house because from like the 3rd week or so, you guys were there and till the end. And we were shocked when, we saw how the dinner turned out because we were all expecting, something romantic. We know that you guys had a little altercation earlier where, she was not really speaking to you and everything. But we hoped that, okay, the dinner would, they would sort things out and everything. And then it was very cold, basically. And you both of you sort of, she left before you and you ended that on not a very clear note. And I want to point out in particular the statement you made about, her coming to your kids' naming ceremony or something. And that was like, okay, what is he trying to say? What led you to make that statement and the whole how the dinner turned out? Just explain what was going on through your mind when that whole thing was happening?
Regarding the statement, I don't even remember making the statement.
You don't?
I was told about the statement when
Wow.
I came out of the house. So apparently that was the reason why I think the dinner did not go the way it went. But I do know that I was trying to find out because I did ask multiple times, but then I never got an answer. But if at the time I did get an answer, I don't think things would have de-escalated
The way they did.
They did. But then at the same time, yes, you are right. The dinner, the after effect of the dinner was pretty shocking. I don't
Yeah.
think it was supposed to end the way it ended. But I guess everything does happen for a reason. Because what then happened with the dinner was it essentially just kind of pointed out that both of us actually need
To have
time.
more conversations.
Exactly, and get to know each other better. So
Yeah.
I guess it wasn't all bad.
Yeah, I'm quite sure you guys probably haven't sat down yet and talked because you all have been busy. But, when you eventually have that conversation, I wish you both the best.
Thank you very
Yeah,
much.
because you both deserve to be happy. Whatever decisions
Everybody deserves to be
Yes,
happy.
everyone deserves to be happy. Whatever decisions you come about. Ilebaye, darling, the Gen Z baddie. How you doing?
I'm good. I'm excited.
From being the third to come out in your season to becoming the winner of the All-Star season.
Great.
That's actually the word. It's really, really great. You had a very crazy All-Star season. It could not have been easy. I'm sure you've been out for a while, so you've probably seen all the narratives and everything, bullying and the whole pity party and blah, blah, blah. Everybody has been saying so many things. For you, when you came into the house, and I don't want you to tell me, oh, I just wanted to, showcase myself, because that's the answer everybody always gives. What really was on your mind, in your intention that, okay, obviously, it's a game, so you have to have a game plan regardless of what every other person says about just showcasing themselves. What did you go in saying that, okay, no matter what happens, this is what I'm going to stick to as the driving force for pushing me in the All-Star house?
Really, I just wanted to go there, have fun, and get the money and believe in God, because they were bringing stars, and obviously they are stars. So like me, I just had 158k followers. I was like, I'm not going to reach anywhere, so let me just go and have fun. If I get the money, no, compared to the 1 point something k millions I do get, so it's like, I'm grateful that I was called back. So it's just another opportunity for me to at least let me be known again. But if I win the money, I'll be so grateful. But I'm just going there to have fun and meet new people, communicate and everything. Yeah. And at the end, Grace found me.
Grace found you,
and
indeed.
I won.
I want to talk about one of the most, what I personally think was your own pivotal, like for the audience that was watching, even if people were not going to vote for you before, they were like, nah, after this, I'm going to vote for Ilebaye, because what is that? The moment where, you already had 2 strikes behind you. You had to be very careful in the house. And the whole clash with EK and the gang when they threw your clothes on the floor. A lot of people expected that, okay, she has 2 strikes, but she would still, say something. But then Ilebaye went mellow. And we were surprised. So what was going through your mind at that time when that happened?
When I saw that, I was weak. Because I was like, what have I done to deserve this? Because even if I've hurt you, you could have just come to me and said, okay, you did something to me, and I would apologize. And I made my ways. But seeing that, I was like, God, is this the devil speaking for me to do something? So I just like, please, Lord, just guide me. Help me. I was sad, and I went to my bed and I just prayed, like, even if I've done something bad to them, at least let them love me, let them see who I am, and let me stop facing this, because it's not easy. Like, anybody that would face that
kind of situation.
Yeah. So, but thank God, I just had to keep it to myself.
Yeah, but I mean, in the house, at least you had people who did, stand for you. Doing was one of them. Even though Alex too. Even though at some point it seemed like you were doing a little betrayal, because there's some people that Doing were not exactly friends with, and even though she fought for you, you sort of tried to be friends with them, and you regretted it later and everything. But yeah, you did have some strong friends in the house. And have you spoken to Doing since you came out?
Yeah, well, guys,
I'm very sure you guys will have sorted that out. She's happy to be in your corner.
I'm happy to have her too.
Cross. How you doing?
I'm blessed.
All right, you're blessed. What was it like hearing your music off Big Brother speakers?
Oh yeah, it was lit. It was legit. It was one of those moments like.
You're like, really, oh my God.
Yeah, it was lit.
Music.
It was really, I had a good time that day. I was over the moon. I was so surprised. I was dancing, I was jumping, I was hyped. It was a good time for me.
It was a good time. And you had a pretty good time in the house. I mean, you had a little Ilebaye thing going on at some point. You had a little Kid Mopra thing going on at some point. What was the relationships? Obviously, they both had different beginnings and endings for those relationships. Was there anyone that really, spoke to you out of those 2 relationships? The one you had with Kamopra, the little dalliance, and then the little, Ilebaye thing you had going on.
Yeah, definitely. The one with Kamopra, spoke a lot of loud volume, because I already knew her very well for many, many years. It's been like a relationship that we've had for many years. And also, when she came into the house, I was going through a lot.
At that time.
Yeah, at that time. So she just made it a bit of a safe space for me to be myself. And yeah, that's pretty much what happened. So it was a very nice relationship.
That's cute. Ilebaye, darling.
Hi.
I can see you doing your TikTok videos. Okay, so one of the most what would I say, when you gave your the second to the last task in the house, the speech you gave, the Lipton one.
Yeah.
And, you poured out your heart in that. You spoke a bit about your family. You spoke a bit about, Doing too. You spoke about all of that. Between the time that you came out, between your season and this All-Star season, was there anything in particular that you could say happened that sort of changed? Because who we saw in your season, you were very volatile, that whole fight that you had with Brian at that point, like, I won't lie, I was scared, because I was like, oh my God, what's happening? But now you came to the season, you're a bit more mature, and maturity doesn't just come with age. Experiences is what causes maturity. What could you say was something significant that happened in your life that, sort of changed and shaped who you are now?
Growth
happened. Of course, growth happened. But is there anything specific?
I just felt like, okay, even if then I was 21, but I'm 22 now, like, at least I have to start taking responsibilities. Like, I should stop putting all the responsibilities on my parents or people. So it's time to take charge of my life and my environment. I just have to yeah.
That's great. The general.
What's cracking?
The life is what's cracking. So we know, we've seen a lot of your movies already out there. You know, we've seen you. I mean, no, Mr. Money. You know that statement. I took that statement. You were like that. You know, I'll buy everything.
I still would though, and even in the real world.
Okay.
Right.
All right, sir. What next do you have, going on for you? Now that you're out of the house, it's time to put in the work, put the foot down. What's going on?
Currently, of course, as I'm already an actor, but I'm wearing a different
hat.
I've worn a different hat.
Ooh.
As an executive producer.
Nice.
And producer. Produced my first feature film called The Silent Intruder.
The Silent Intruder.
Interestingly, I wrote this story about 7 years ago, and while I was fully in America, that was ever before Big Brother 2021 when I got into Shine Your Eye. I wanted to produce it in America as a Hollywood feature. Because then I was deep into crypto, Bitcoin.
And all that.
Yeah, there was some cool dollars coming in at the time. So I had a few friends who were going to come in too as investors. But shit hit the fan. Mm-hmm. Oh my God. I forget.
Just go roll with it.
All right. Stuff hit the fan and then I had to, make amends. But then after Big Brother, I decided, okay, we're going to shoot this in Nigeria. So we did that. But the person who wrote the script, I never talk about that a lot. And that's sad because it's interesting. The person who wrote the script actually writes for a subsidiary of Paramount Pictures in America. Yeah.
That's good.
And,
that's very good.
Yeah, so this it's something you guys would love. It's something entirely different, and that was the first thing that the execs at Film One told me when I sent her
that the film is something different.
Yeah, I sent her the synopsis and the film deck to look at, and then when she read the synopsis, she was like, "My God, this is dope. This is something really different."
Okay, I'll take your word.
Coming out January.
Oh, that's far, but
right.
We'll wait. Adekunle.
Yes, please.
Now that you're out of the house, I mean, emotional relationships aside that you have to work on, what are we looking forward to seeing from you?
You might be looking at, I'm trying to be modest here, but
no, please, this is the space for bragging. We don't do modesty here.
Okay, now, so let's do it this way. You're probably looking at one of the other people that might be the greatest host in Nigeria coming out of it.
Please calm your bragging down. Bring it down.
I didn't say I wanted to be modest, but you gave me permission to fly.
Okay, you know what? I love that. Let's fly. Let's go. The greatest host.
One of the greatest. Yes.
There's enough space in the sky
There's
for
enough
everybody.
Space for everybody. So
I love that. One of the greatest hosts. Okay, then I look forward to seeing your doings.
I look forward to seeing
their doings.
Well.
I know it's a pretty exciting venture to want to go into, because controlling the crowd and events is not easy.
It's not easy.
It's not.
I like a challenge. So
that's good. That's great. Cross.
I started.
How you doing?
I'm great.
All right. What are we expecting from you?
I think it's pretty much what I've been doing. It's like just building my brand, businesses, just keep pushing, and just take the next level by educating myself.
Okay.
And educating my society about tech, because I feel like the world is changing every day, and we need to be aware so that we can keep up with the same pace as the Western country, not just us. So just keep building entertainment. I've always loved entertainment. It's part of me. My business is, just keep building my brand. That's it.
All right. Thank you so much.
Ilebaye,
I know when Ebuka asked you were so excited. You were like, my empire, the Gen Z empire. But yes, if you could do such an empire, it would be fun though. But what can we expect? I know you want to take time and, soak it all in and think about but I'm sure you had things that you wanted to do before you got into the house.
Yeah,
things you're already working on.
Acting, being a model too, and getting my orphanage home, because I've always wanted to have one.
An orphanage home. Oh, that is so sweet.
So I've always wanted to, have dreamt, and thank God for this opportunity, and thank God that gave me the grace and
the because it's not easy.
So yes, it's also part of my plan to also start something from like the orphanage home and things. So
All
it's
right.
added to my plan.
That is wonderful. That is
Thank
so
you so much.
good. Thank you so much,
Thank
finalists, for gracing our studios.
Thank
We
you.
look forward to seeing everything that you are going to do outside the house, and we know it's going to be all big things. All big things. All right, you're
Thank you
still.
very much for having us.
You are much welcome.
Thank you.
You are still locked on to the Midday Show on your number one hit music station, 96.9 Cool FM. In the next hour, we're going to have ourselves a little conversation, so do not go anywhere.
Your number one.